Found my girlfriend of 5 years with a cabana boy on our anniversary. In Puerto Rico. So, I'm Noah, 30, software engineer. Always felt like I was playing catch-up with my perfect older brother, the doctor. Parents always favored him. I guess that's why I ended up with Olivia, the Instagram perfect girlfriend. Thought I finally made it. Now I'm sitting in the airport bar, flight delayed, and questioning everything. Olivia's still back at the resort, probably with that It's complicated because she's financially dependent on me, and now I'm the bad guy for leaving. I'm so angry, humiliated, and did I mention it's our anniversary? Should I even go back? 5 years. 5 years, I planned this trip for months. Serenity Sands, luxury bungalow, the whole 9 yards. Wanted everything to be perfect, for her, for us. Anniversary trip, supposed to be romantic, unforgettable. It was unforgettable, all right, just not the way I'd imagined. We had a fight that morning, something stupid about her Instagram posts. She'd been distant all day, glued to her phone. I figured I'd surprise her with a private beach dinner, smooth things over. I'd even arranged for a musician. Came back to the bungalow early to set the mood, candles, champagne. And that's when I saw it. The sliding glass door to the patio was open. I heard giggling, Olivia's giggle, but it wasn't the cute, bubbly giggle I knew. It was different, throaty, and then I saw them, some tanned, ripped cabana boy, not even a shirt on, his hands all over her. On my balcony, on our anniversary. My stomach lurched, like I was going to be sick. I literally stumbled back, my hand flying to my mouth. I don't even remember making a sound, but they saw me. And that's when it got really bad. Olivia didn't even flinch, she just smirked and laughed like it was some kind of joke. The cabana boy, he just kind of shrugged like, oops, got caught. I wanted to scream, to punch something, but I just froze. The blood was rushing in my ears. I couldn't breathe. All I could think was, this isn't happening, this is a nightmare. I mumbled something, I don't even remember what. Probably something stupid like, what the hell is going on here? Olivia, still smirking, said, don't be dramatic, Noah, it's not what it looks like. Not what it looks like. I saw you, with him. I felt like I was going to pass out. The world tilted on its axis. Everything I thought I knew, everything I thought we were, just gone. Poof, so I packed my bag, quietly, methodically. Like I was in some kind of trance. Didn't even look at her. Just threw my stuff in the suitcase, grabbed my passport, and walked out. Where do you think you're going? Olivia finally snapped, the smirk gone, replaced with this annoyance, like I was inconveniencing her. Home, I said, my voice shaking. This vacation is over. And then she laughed, again. Don't be ridiculous, Noah, it was just a mistake. You're ruining everything. Ruining everything? SHE was the one who ruined everything. A mistake? I asked, the anger finally starting to boil over. You call that a mistake? We're not even married, Noah, she scoffed. Like that somehow made it okay. Like 5 years meant nothing, that's when I lost it. 5 years, Olivia, 5 years I've wasted on you. I slammed the door behind me, leaving her standing there, mouth agape. I checked out of the resort, canceled all the reservations, the dinner, the musician. Everything. Didn't even care about the money, just wanted out. I called my brother, Ethan. Figured he'd understand. He'd be there for me. Right, wrong. Dude, chill out, he said, his voice laced with that condescending tone he always uses with me. It's just a girl. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Just a girl. This was the woman I thought I was going to marry. You don't understand, I choked out, tears welling up. It was our anniversary, she was with someone else. Look, Ethan sighed like I was being a burden. Olivia's always been a bit flighty, you should have known better than to get serious with her. Flighty, known better? My own brother was blaming me. My blood ran cold. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Thanks for the support, Ethan, I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. Really appreciate it. I hung up, my hand trembling. That's when it hit me. This wasn't normal. This wasn't just a fight. This was my family, my brother, and they were both dismissing me, minimizing my pain, like my feelings didn't matter, like I was overreacting. I sat there in the airport bar, staring at my reflection in the glass. A stranger stared back. Broken, lost, and utterly alone. I'm starting to think this whole family is toxic. Maybe I deserve better. Okay, Reddit, buckle up. It's been a week since I walked out on Olivia and things have gone from bad to nuclear. I thought I hit rock bottom in that airport bar, but I was so wrong. First, Olivia blew up my phone. Non-stop calls, texts, voicemails. All variations of how could you do this to me? You've ruined my life. You abandoned me in Puerto Rico. Abandoned? She's the one who was screwing the cabana boy. I blocked her number. Should have done that years ago. Then came the social media onslaught. My Instagram, my Facebook, even my LinkedIn all bombarded with messages from her friends. calling me a monster, a heartless jerk, a cheater, what? Olivia had clearly spun some elaborate sob story, painting herself as the victim. I considered posting my side of the story, the truth, but decided against it. It felt dirty. And honestly, who would believe me? Her Instagram following dwarfs mine. But then came the family. Oh, the family. This is where it gets really messed up. Olivia's mother called me, screaming, crying, accusing me of stealing Olivia's future, of manipulating her, of gaslighting her. The irony is thick. She even threatened to sue me for emotional distress. Sue me. I wanted to laugh, cry, and scream all at the same time. You have no idea what you've done to my daughter, she shrieked. She's inconsolable, she's lost everything, lost everything. She's staying in a 5-star resort, probably racking up charges on my credit card. I hung up, blocked her too. And if that wasn't enough, Olivia's sister, the one who initially seemed sympathetic, turned on me too. Apparently, Olivia told her I'd been physically abusive, absolutely false. I've never laid a finger on her. Now the sister is posting these cryptic messages on social media about believing survivors and holding abusers accountable. I'm getting death stares from strangers in the grocery store. My apartment building's gossip mill is churning. This is insane. I'm a mess, Reddit. Can't sleep. Can't eat. Can barely function at work. I feel like I'm losing my mind. My own family is useless. My friends are trying to be supportive, but what can they do? This is a full-blown PR nightmare. I'm starting to realize I can't just ignore this. I need to fight back. I need a lawyer. I need to protect myself. This isn't just about Olivia anymore. This is about my reputation, my sanity, my life. Any advice is appreciated. Seriously, I'm drowning here. So I finally broke down and told Maya everything. Maya's my colleague, super sharp, doesn't take crap from anyone. We'd been grabbing lunch, just casual, and I was trying to play it cool, pretending everything was fine. But she saw right through me. Noah, she said, her brow furrowed. You look like you haven't slept in days. What's really going on? I hesitated. I didn't want to burden her with all this drama. But the words just tumbled out. The cabana boy, the anniversary, Olivia's laughter, the gaslighting, the family, the social media attacks, the whole sordid mess. By the time I finished, Maya's jaw was on the floor. Are you kidding me? She practically yelled, drawing stares from the other tables. She did that on your anniversary. I just nodded, shame washing over me again. Yeah, I mumbled. And now everyone thinks I'm the bad guy. Maya slammed her hand on the table. Noah, she said, her voice firm, you need to snap out of this. Olivia is a master manipulator. She's twisting the narrative to protect herself and make you look like the villain. This is classic DARVO, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. DARVO, I'd heard of it, but I never thought I'd actually experience it. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. Suddenly, everything made sense. Olivia's crocodile tears, her family's threats, the social media smear campaign. It was all a calculated strategy to deflect blame and control the narrative. But my own family, I stammered, still struggling to grasp it all. Even Ethan, Maya shook her head. Noah, your family has always put Ethan on a pedestal. They've conditioned you to believe you're not good enough, that you need to constantly prove yourself. Olivia preyed on that insecurity. She knew you'd bend over backwards to keep her happy, even at your own expense. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Maya was right. I'd been so focused on proving my worth to my family, to Olivia, to the world, that I'd completely lost sight of my own needs, my own self-worth. I'd allowed Olivia to define me, to control me. What do I do, Maya? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. I feel like I'm drowning. You fight back, Noah, she said, her eyes blazing with determination. You gather evidence. You document everything. You expose Olivia for who she really is. And most importantly, you stop letting her and your family dictate your worth. You are worth more than this. Hearing those words, feeling that unwavering support, something shifted inside me. The shame started to recede, replaced by a flicker of anger, a spark of defiance. For the first time since that horrific day in Puerto Rico, I felt a glimmer of hope. I wasn't alone. And I wasn't going to let Olivia win. This was a turning point. I could feel it in my bones. I was finally ready to fight back. So I'm sitting at my desk, trying to focus on work, which is impossible because my phone is blowing up. Olivia's been radio silent for a few days, which was almost peaceful. Then bam, her sister calls, again. Noah, she starts, her voice dripping with fake concern. Olivia is just beside herself. She's barely eating, barely sleeping. You need to come back. You need to fix this. I take a deep breath, trying to remain calm. Fix this, I ask, my voice tight. She's the one who cheated on our anniversary with a cabana boy. There's a long pause on the other end, a pause that speaks volumes. Then in a much smaller voice she says, well, she didn't exactly tell us that part. Didn't tell them that part? Are you kidding me? My blood started to boil. It was like a physical sensation, a wave of heat washing over me. My hands clenched into fists. My chest tightened. I could feel my pulse pounding in my ears. This was it, the final straw, the moment everything changed. So, I say, my voice dangerously low, she lied. She lied to her family, she lied to her friends, she lied to the entire internet. And you all bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Noah, please, she starts, but I cut her off. No, I say, my voice rising. No more, I am done being the scapegoat. I am done being the nice guy who gets walked all over. I am done letting Olivia manipulate and control me. And I am done with your family's bullshit. I hung up, blocked her number. Then, I did something I should have done a long time ago. I blocked every single one of Olivia's flying monkeys. Her friends, her family, anyone who had participated in this smear campaign. Gone, deleted, erased. In that moment, something inside me snapped. It was like a dam had burst. All the pent-up anger, the frustration, the hurt, it all came flooding out. I felt a strange sense of calm wash over me, a sense of power. I was no longer a victim. I was a survivor, and I was ready to take back my life. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I needed to protect myself, I needed to fight back, and I needed to do it now. I called Maya, told her everything. I'm ready, I said, my voice firm. Let's do this. All right, Reddit, here's how I prepped for the inevitable explosion. Because let's be real, Olivia wasn't going to go down without a fight. This wasn't just about breaking up, this was about war. Evidence gathering, lockdown mode engaged. Phone records, screenshots of all the texts, the missed calls, the voicemails. Proof of her harassment, her gaslighting, her blatant lies. Timestamps, people, timestamps. Social media receipts, screenshots of her sister's cryptic posts, the comments from her friends, everything. Document everything. You never know what might be useful later. Financial records, credit card statements showing the resort charges, proof I paid for everything. She claimed I left her stranded. Ha, I have the receipts. The Cabana boy incident, this one was tricky. I didn't have any photographic evidence, thank God I didn't walk in on anything worse. But I did find a picture of him on the resort's website. Name, job title, the whole shebang. Boom. Proof he existed, proof he worked there. Small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Emails, years of emails between Olivia and me. Some were lovey-dovey, sure, but others, well, let's just say they painted a picture of a woman who was more interested in my wallet than my heart. GOLDMINE. Strategic thinking, playing chess, not checkers. Lawyer up. First things first, I contacted a lawyer. Maya gave me a referral to a pitbull of a divorce attorney. Even though we weren't married, the legal advice was crucial. He advised me to document everything and prepare for a potential defamation lawsuit. Olivia had already tried to smear my name. I wasn't going to let her get away with it. Changed my locks, petty, maybe. Necessary, absolutely. I wasn't taking any chances of her showing up at my apartment, causing a scene, or worse, planting something to make me look bad. New LOCKS, new ME, boxed up her stuff. All her designer clothes, her expensive shoes, her influencer gear all packed neatly in boxes, ready to be picked up. No more of her crap cluttering my life. It felt liberating. Preemptive strike. I knew Olivia would try to control the narrative. So I decided to get ahead of it. I drafted a short, factual statement about what happened, leaving out any emotional outbursts or accusations. Just the facts, ma'am. I sent it to a few trusted friends and family members, the ones who actually knew me, the ones who wouldn't buy Olivia's lies. Damage control activated. Support system MY squad, Maya, my rock, my confidant, my strategic advisor. She's been there every step of the way, offering advice, support, and a much-needed dose of reality. MVP, my therapist. Started seeing a therapist a few weeks before the Puerto Rico debacle. Funny how life works, right? Talking to him has been invaluable. He's helped me understand my own patterns, my tendency to seek validation, my need to please. Game changer. A few trusted friends, not everyone bought Olivia's BS. A handful of my close friends knew the real me, knew the real Olivia. They rallied around me, offering support, encouragement, and a safe space to vent. Lifesavers. Mental and emotional prep warrior mode. Acceptance. This was hard. Accepting that the woman I thought I knew was a lie, accepting that my family was, well, my family. It hurt. A lot. But it was also empowering. It freed me to move forward. Boundaries, this was huge. I realized I needed to set boundaries. With Olivia, with her family, with everyone. No more letting people walk all over me. No more being the nice guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Self-worth, this is an ongoing process, but I'm working on it. Realizing that my worth isn't tied to Olivia, to my job, to my family's approval. My worth is intrinsic. I am enough. This is a revolution. So there you have it, Reddit, my battle plan. I knew this wasn't going to be easy, but I was ready, I was armed, and I was determined to win. This wasn't just about Olivia anymore. This was about me. This was about taking back my life, and I wasn't backing down. Bring it on. Okay, Reddit, the moment you've all been waiting for, the showdown. The final boss battle, the confrontation. It was a Tuesday night. I was making dinner, trying to pretend I was a functioning human being when the call came. Caller ID, Olivia's parents, deep breaths, Noah, deep breaths, I answered. Hello, Olivia's dad's voice, surprisingly calm. Noah, we'd like to understand what happened. Olivia's distressed, we're worried. Distressed? She was probably more distressed about her dwindling Instagram followers than anything else. But I played it cool. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, thanks for calling, I appreciate you reaching out. Olivia's mom jumped in, her voice sharp. Noah, how could you do this to our Olivia? Leaving her stranded like that, it's disgraceful. Here we go, time to deploy the facts. Mrs. Smith, with all due respect, Olivia wasn't stranded. I left after I found her with another man, on our anniversary. Silence. You could hear a pin drop. Then, Olivia's dad, another man. What are you talking about? I laid it out, calmly, clearly, concisely. I walked in on Olivia with a cabana boy, on the balcony of our bungalow, on our anniversary. I have proof he works at the resort. I sent them the picture I'd found on the resort website. Checkmate, more silence. This time it was heavy loaded. Then Olivia's dad, in a low voice, WW didn't know. She told us, a different story. A different story. No surprise there. She told you I abandoned her, that I'm the bad guy. That's her MO, Mr. Smith. She manipulates, she lies, she plays the victim. I could practically hear the gears turning in their heads, the realization dawning, the carefully constructed facade of their perfect daughter crumbling. It was glorious. Then, Olivia's mom, her voice trembling, WWE raised her better than that. That Reddit, that was the turning point. Validation. From the last people I expected it from, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt vindicated. Finally, I continued, my voice gaining strength. I have evidence, texts, emails, social media posts. Olivia has been using me financially and emotionally for years. This wasn't a sudden lapse in judgment, this is a pattern. I didn't send them everything. I didn't need to, they'd heard enough. The shock in their voices was palpable. The power dynamic had shifted. I wasn't the villain anymore. Olivia was. Olivia's dad, his voice choked with emotion. Noah, we are so sorry, we had no idea. I didn't gloat, I didn't rub it in. I simply said, I appreciate you hearing me out, I'm moving on, I suggest you do the same. I hung up. And for the first time in weeks, I smiled. A real smile. A smile that reached my eyes. I felt lighter, freer, stronger. I had faced my demons and I had won. This wasn't the end of the story, not by a long shot, but it was a new beginning. A beginning where I was finally in control. A beginning where I finally chose myself. And that, Reddit, is a feeling like no other. It's been a few months since the Olivia apocalypse, and wow, what a roller coaster. The immediate aftermath was messy. Olivia's friends, the ones who had been so quick to condemn me, went radio silent. A few even blocked me. No apologies, no retractions, nothing. They just disappeared, which honestly was a blessing in disguise. Good riddance to bad rubbish. The real surprise, my brother Ethan, he actually called me, apologized, said he hadn't realized how bad things were, that he'd been blinded by Olivia's charm. We talked for a long time, a real conversation, the kind we hadn't had in years. It wasn't a magical fix-all, but it was a start. Baby steps, right? My parents still haven't acknowledged any of it. They've kind of pretended the whole thing never happened. It's frustrating, but honestly, I'm not surprised. I've come to accept that they'll probably never fully see me, never fully appreciate me. And you know what? I'm okay with that. That realization, that acceptance has been huge. I'm no longer seeking their validation. I'm validating myself. Olivia, she spiraled, big time. Apparently her Instagram sponsorships dried up. Karma's a bitch, ain't it? She tried to revive her career with some desperate comeback posts, but it backfired spectacularly. Last I heard, she moved back in with her parents. I honestly don't wish her ill, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. The resolution? Well, there wasn't some dramatic confrontation, no public apology, no grand redemption arc. It was more of a quiet fading away. the social media storm died down, the whispers stopped, life went on, and I started to heal. Therapy has been a game changer. I'm learning to recognize my own toxic patterns, to set healthy boundaries, to prioritize my own needs. I'm finally starting to understand what a healthy relationship looks like, what real love feels like. And it has nothing to do with Instagram filters or designer handbags. I've also reconnected with some old friends, the ones who were there for me through the thick of it. We've been hiking, playing video games, just hanging out. It's been good, real good. The biggest change? Me. I'm different now, stronger, more confident, more me. I'm no longer trying to be the person I think my family wants me to be, the person I think Olivia wanted me to be. I'm being me. And that, my friends, is the greatest victory of all. This whole experience, as brutal as it was, has been a wake-up call. A crash course in self-love, self-respect, and setting boundaries. It's shown me who my real friends are, who my real family is and isn't. It's taught me that sometimes, walking away is the bravest, strongest thing you can do, and that sometimes the greatest love story is the one you have with yourself. So Reddit, tell me, have you ever had a similar experience? What's the biggest lesson you've learned from a toxic relationship? Let's talk.